I hope you hear me clearly. Hello, if you can hear me, please drop a text in the chat box so that I can know you're with me. If you can hear me, please drop a text in the chat box
I'm
one
with you,
one
sir.
one
I can
so I
hear you
can.
clearly.
Okay, thank you
I hear
very
you
much.
clearly.
Thank you very much. All
I'm
right, thank
hearing
you
you
very much,
clearly.
sirs. All right, thank you,
Okay.
sirs. So you're welcome to this week. So let's just quickly see what we can make of this week. What we're looking out for and everything. Okay. So we are starting with okay, this is AUD card. This AUD card that we're looking at from last week. So for some reason, the market has, you know, has opened with some very major momentum. If you check, and then if you check the economic calendar, you don't even see any red folder news. Right? You don't see a red folder news. This is just like the after effect of what we had last week. Market is trying to, rebalance itself so that we can go back to the normal price action. So there are times where these kind of things might occur, or maybe there was a news release that happened over the weekend. Let me confirm that. Is the situation that can affect that can happen over the weekend, and then you see the effect, from Monday. So don't uh, don't be don't be surprised if you see something like this in the market. Just know that the market is trying to, balance itself out before continuing the way it's supposed to continue. Okay, so that's that from the economic calendar. So let's go to our chart. So let me just quickly start with AUD card because this is one pair that I was looking for since this is one trade I was looking for since last week. Right, I was looking out for this order block to be triggered. And then the NFP news. Let's go to 4 hours. You see, this was as a result of the NFP, the pushed price into that zone. Now, remember I mentioned that this area is from the what is from the daily time frame. You can see this our order block is coming from the daily time frame. So usually I would love to wait for a reaction. So people enter straight up. Maybe say if they have a big SL, they can enter from, let me say, 30 and 50% of the order block. Let me see if I can put that still there. Middle line exactly. So you see that this order block has a center line, right? So they can enter the trade from the middle of the order block. You see, in as much as this can reduce your risk or increase your reward to risk ratio, you see, I coming from the daily time frame, anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. So usually if I see a trade from, let's say, 4 hours, 1 hour, something I can enter straight up. But when we are coming from the daily, at least I like price to, give me an alignment. Like let the structure align with what the daily was saying. Now, as you can see, all we had on the 4 hours time frame was just a retracement to continue to the upside. So if at any point in time AUD card start to break all this structure, then we can look to sell alongside. Is that okay? So I'm still looking to sell this instrument from AUD card, but the market has to align with bearishness first before I look to enter the position. All right. I need this market because this was a very, very beautiful point of interest. It has liquidity. Let me change the color of this. It has liquidity, has everything, fair value gap, the other block. So all price just has to do now is that now our step one is gotten. Price has to just align. When price aligns, we can look for our entry and then we play along. So that's the view for AED card. I wanted to quickly just talk about this before, so that you don't enter immediately and then get stopped out. Okay, so that's AUD card. Um, Let's go to DXY. What's wrong with this guy? Okay, let's go to DXY. Okay, so for DXY we are having now. Can you see on the weekly time frame we have had a very serious consolidation on DXY, right? You can see the weeks. Just this is 1, 2, 3 weeks, 3 weeks of consolidation on DXY. So I can't really tell. And then you see that it's also falling to you're having a trend line like this that is bringing price to the downside on the US dollar index. Okay, so we're waiting for price to give us a clear direction, right? Because now from this region, right, if we get this break of structure here, a proper like maybe candle with candlestick, we can look to do what we can look to enter from here to continue selling. Is that okay? So that's what I'm looking at for right now. So see we already had the break of structure here, but you see it was weak. It was weak. It was happening with a weak sorry, weak and weak. You get the point. WEAK and WICK. So this was a weak, and then the break of structure was what was weak. WEAK. It was not closing with the body, and then of course if we check the line chart, these candles, we are breaking this region right now because of the current price action. This candle is what's breaking that place. Can you see? So you see that this candle did not actually give us that solid break of structure. So if we can break structure properly, then this is a nice area that we're going to look to sell the US dollar index, right? So let's see how that goes. So for now, I'm not really looking out for anything on the DXY, all right, since we have been consolidating, and then we even the trend line is not giving us that, you know, that very solid price action. So let us wait for, like I said, the market is trying to rebalance itself. We're trying to get a rebalance, the market so that we can continue trading the way we used to trade because of the disruption in the market that we got from the news release on Friday. That's the NFP on Friday. Is that okay? So that's that. So do we have anything for AUD USD? Let's check it out. Sorry, AUD USD, AUD USD. Okay, so AUD USD. We are looking very very bullish on this guy, on this AUD USD. But before that, let me just quickly say something, because I saw something on AUD USD that I would like to share. I don't know if you remember our QMR pattern where we have price to sweep something, break, and then come back to do what to induce. So we're having a sweep here, we're having a break here, we're having an inducement, right? This area here is always regarded as a what? As a protected high. That's a protected high where if price finally takes this high, then you know the market is definitely going, in that direction. Now, this protected high now can have what? An order block within this range that when price comes to sweep this liquidity and tap into the protected high, it can do what? It can accumulate, and then that's distribute here. If you are selling distribution, it can distribute here and then it falls. Is that okay? So that is the situation that I spotted here on AUD USD. I saw this sweep here, right? And then I saw the break. And then of course we have what? We have this liquidity here. And then this all this area, and then on the 4 hours time frame, you have this guy here. You have this guy here that has not yet been tapped. Price tried to top it here, but it has not actually tapped it. So this order block now, we can even extend it all the way to this high. So this is an area in on AUD card that AUD USD rather that is looking rather interesting for me. Is that okay? This area is looking very interesting for me because there's a lot of build up here. Price sweeping, breaking, and then coming to form an inducement, of course, with some other block here that's not yet been tapped. Right. So even though I'm looking very bullish, this is going to be our last bus stop for us to know, okay, are we going to sell this guy or the whole week, or are we going to buy? So if we get something proper like this on AUD card, then that means we are due for sales. But if price using this momentum that it is on right now, price goes on to do what? Price goes on to clear the highs, just goes on to clear and continue. Then we know that okay, this our area now can act as a key level for us, and then hopefully we break with an imbalance. We can do what? Come back to trade from here, and then continue to the upside. Is that okay? So that's my view for AUD USD. Let us get, like I said, it's still the price action is still very premature. We are coming off NFP on Friday, and market is rebalancing. Today is just Friday. We just started the London session about an hour ago, Nigerian time. So we are we are looking for something to happen here. So apparently, this move here was not even enough to feel that downward movement. That is why price is going back to clear. So if I can clear this high that we have here, if we can clear this high and then come back to clear this low, then we can look to catch something around this region. Okay, so for now we're just building our anticipatory skills. Let us basically just anticipate what AUD USD is going to be doing for now. So whatever thing happens here will determine, or at least will be a great determinant to what will happen all through the week. Okay. So before I continue, please, I want to say something before I continue with the analysis. I want to quickly say something. So these live sessions are powered by AGX Tech, and then we know we don't pay for these live sessions, right? So what we require from our attendees and people that participate, and then of course people that enjoy the value that we give here in our live sessions and in our trainings is that we need to ensure that whatever we're giving you here is not just falling on, so let's say, rocky ground. We need to ensure that you are actually trading with well trade broker, right? We need to ensure that you are funded, and then you take our signals. Last week we did very well on the signals committee in our funded groups. We have the report. We did very well. I think it took just about one loss out of a couple of trades last week. Is that okay? So the VIP group is doing very well. The funded group is doing very well. So now we that actually join these live sessions, we expect us to be very active traders with well trade, so that at least this value that we are giving doesn't just go for free, right? At least we need to ensure that you are trading with us. The money that you have in your well trade account is still your money. The profit you make is still your profit. All right. We just need to ensure that we are getting everybody here to trade. That there's some of us here that are actively trading. I know some of us here that are actively trading with the well trade broker, and we love to see those kind of things. And then so we want to ensure that you are funding your account and you are trading with us, so that at least we know that whatever we are getting here, we are doing here, we are getting the equal value for it from you for trading with well trade. So please, I want to request that we drop our well trade ID in the chat box, right? Our well trade ID, well trade. Just drop your well trade ID in the chat box. So you just go onto your well trade app, go to the click on account. When you click on account, right, is bottom right. When you click on account on your well trade ID, you just look up, you see it there, well trade ID. So just copy. There's a copy button that's there. Just copy it and paste it here, for us here, and then that's all. Okay, that's all. Please, I crave your indulgence to do this. Just go to your well trade app, uh copy your well trade ID, not your partner code or any other thing, just your well trade ID. When you go onto your well trade app, bottom right, you click on account, then you look up. On top of your screen, you should see your well trade ID. You copy it and then you just paste it here. Just paste it here on the chat box. Don't paste on the group. All right, so that another person does not have access to. Just paste it here on the chat box, and then we're going to take note of it. So once again, I appreciate everybody that trades with the World Trade Broker. So just do this little task for us, and then we really appreciate it. All right. So just paste your World Trade ID here on the chat box for us, and then that's fine. Thank you very much, Oluti. Of course, we look forward to everybody trading with World Trade Broker. You can see the very good reviews that we are getting on the platform. People even withdraw money as at Sunday. Yes, people withdraw money from the market as at Sunday with World Trade straight to their bank account. How many brokers can do that? All right. So thank you very much. As you do this, I can see someone has already dropped the ID. So looking forward to more response on that. So we're going to continue the session while we drop this information for us. It's very, very key to ensure that we are doing very well and working with us. Thank you very much, everyone, as you comply. Okay, so that's AUD USD. That's AUD USD. Um, let's quickly look at Euro USD. All the Euro pairs are, you know, the USD pairs are in a, should I say, they are in a tug of war. You can see now, see the weekly time frame, see the way price has not really given us any clear direction for the past few weeks. We have just been in a range. Sorry about that. We've just been in a range, right? So what I spotted on my own analysis is that let me delete this guy. Let me delete this guy. Sorry. So so I saw this spotted this what's it called? This order block on the 4 hours time frame that price has currently tapped into. Price currently tapped into. So all of this now is looking like what's it called? Looking like inducement just above, just below the point of interest, right? So this is the 4 hours time frame, and so on the 1 hour time frame, EU is showing a change of character here, and then it has even given us a some sort of some other block here. But even though this is a nice zone that we can trade from, I can see that price has already started moving. I would have loved price to give me a little bit of engineered liquidity just just under here so that I can trade. You know why I'm saying this? I'm saying this because this move here, this move, let me just draw this from here. This is looking like this, right? This is just what I'm looking at on the 4 hours time frame. Price can actually just be retracing to continue to the upside. Is that okay? But if I can get at least something like a double break of structure like this, then I would like it. Is that okay? So that is what I'm looking at for EU. Like I said, market is in a tug of war. We are trying to, balance out everything and then get started with this week's price action. So just be patient with that. Let's see how it develops. But for now, EU is actually giving us a very nice reaction to this 1 hour order block here. But I'm not in this trade currently. Not in this trade. I don't know if any of us, have taken this position. I'm not in this trade right now because I want price to give me maybe I need like a liquidity or something to work with. Then I can officially engage the position. Is that okay? So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes on Euro USD. So right now, I'm hoping that this supply zone can hold for us. That supply zone can hold for us. If the supply zone does not hold, then maybe, if this supply zone fails, then maybe this could be our next lookout. And if you recall what we just looked at on DXY, we are having something like this. The opposite of this is what's happening on DXY. So if the supply zone holds, then we should fall down to this place. But if it doesn't hold, if it breaks, then we should look to buy from this demand zone, this daily demand zone that we're having here. Is that okay? Price is in a tug of war with the USD pair. So just be very cautious with your trading on that. The same thing, yeah, the same thing for GBP/USD. GBP/USD is still even looking bullish as we speak. So this is our supply. Because this is our supply from Friday was disregarded due to the news and there's this same behavior of the demand zone that is also happening down here. So you see, are we trying to go up? Are we trying to go down? This is the moment where we just need to follow the market slowly until it gives us that direction, that clear direction, and then we play along so that we don't get caught up. Is that okay? See, the news just disregarded, just broke through that supply zone. So we're trying to know what are we trying to do. So let's be patient. Maybe at least between today and tomorrow, we should get a clear direction of what these brothers are these our USD brothers are trying to do. So let's look at what gold did. Okay. So on Friday we talked about what NFP can likely do. NFP can either likely take price to this place, then we buy from here, or it can just continue from here due to our daily candle theory. Or no, it's not a candle, what's it called, a candlestick theory, right, that I apply on the daily and the weekly. I apply it on the higher time frame mostly, so that I use it to get my buyers. Okay, so what we had here, let me clear everything here, was that this low was exposed, this low was taken, so this high now was exposed. So price was most likely going to come here also. So I have a I have a small I call it a confession. So there was a buy here that I refused to take because of the news. Purely because of the news. In fact, I don't even regret, because after this low was swept, 4 hours gave us this expansion here. And then if I go to the 1 hour time frame, my step three, of course, I had a sweep and a break here, a sweep and a break of structure here. And I also had a sweep. Let me take this down here again. Now, sorry about that. So I had a sweep here and another break of structure here. So all I had to do is look for the place that has what? That has liquidity that I can trade from. Sorry, fair value gap. So this guy here, you see, price traded into this guy. So there was no fair value gap. So this is where there was fair value gap. And of course, we also had what's it called? We also had an order block here. This was a very neat setup from gold last Friday. You see, also had the inducement. So if you recall, I did not actually talk about this. Why? Because price was very close to that news. You know, when price was still around here, news would have done literally anything. And then I wanted to prevent us from what we call slippage. Slippage is when the impact from the news is so strong that your stop loss, your broker does not activate your stop loss at the meantime, at the place where you triggered your stop loss. So this was a very good trade on gold last week. This is a trade that if there was no NFP, I most likely would have traded. Honestly, I most likely would have traded this during on that Friday. If without NFP, I would have taken this trade definitely. So that is the reason why you not take this trade, because because price can start, playing around and giving you some profit, and then the news can really just come and wipe. Of course, we know how NFP is now. We saw what happened in the market on Friday. All of this was powered by NFP. So you see that the the candle theory gave us the direction of where price would likely go, and that is what happened. Now, where are we looking at now for gold? So the next key level is here. The next key level is here, right? Why do I like here? Of course, it's very obvious. You can see this interaction here, and then we broke structure here with what? With a lot of momentum, and then coinciding with that area is this guy, is this demand zone. Is that okay? So since, of course, since gold is currently at all-time highs, we don't have any reference point from the past, as you can see. So the only thing we can expect gold to do is gold to come strip all of this, all these places here, and then we accumulate. All right. So when we are buying, we accumulate. When we are selling, we distribute. Is that okay? So all we can do is that gold can come into this our key level here, and then we can look to buy. Is that okay? So that's the view for gold. I'm looking at this key level now. This key level has a fair value gap, has order block, and of course interaction in the market, and that is just possibly the place that gold can come back to give us a little bit of reaction. And of course, you can see the way we broke that structure. Is that okay? So that's my view for gold. I don't know what you're looking at for gold. So I hope we are looking at the same thing. Because I don't know what we're looking at. There's nothing from the past to look at. If not, I would definitely look at if we have a supply zone from somewhere that we can look to sell. But right now there's nothing. So all we have is this key level here, and something for the future is all the way down here. But of course, before we reach here, we don't make more money now from sales. Okay. So let's see how gold develops in this week. Okay, this week let's see how gold develops. Okay, so that's that from the mostly from the USD pairs. We have done AU, EUGU, and gold, and of course I've done the US dollar index, which is DXY. So let's see AUD. AUD was a trade that we called last week. Sorry, GBP AUD, and we're able to we did 2R. We did 2R on this trade. We did 2R on this trade. So congratulations to people that took it. The news really sponsored the trade, and then just immediately after the news, price has come back down to the drawdown region. So due to the weekend, a lot of us like to close our trades before the weekend. So I hope that was the case, because it's either you did that or you secured break even. There was no update because of, you know, I was not available for updates, honestly, throughout the weekend. I was very occupied. So we had this push here, and then price has come back for the drawdown, but definitely we did 2R. So this was a very good call. So whoever was able to take this trade, then congratulations to you. So for let me clear this now. So GBP AUD, honestly, I was still expecting price to give us some bullish move, some bullish move. Why? Because where we're coming from. This is the daily, this is the order block. You see the sweep and a break, everything liquidity, and then it gave us a break of structure. So I was still expecting price to give us another BOS. Let me show you something on the daily. If price can do something like this on the daily to take this high, then definitely we can continue bullish. All right. So for now, we have to be patient. So there is no trade for GBP AUD yet. Okay. The momentum price is using to run back down is very, very strong. So there's no trade for GBP AUD yet. Okay. In fact, if you check anything GBP, it's really plummeting. It's really nosediving. All right. So let's just be patient, because I was very bullish on this guy. So let's see what price is looking to do for us before we can capitalize. Is that okay? So that's that for GVAUD. I was giving us an update of our trade that we took here. Some people have made 2R from here, made some good profits, and then that's good. The market is not until you catch 1 million pips. You see, from our entry to from our entry, let me see. Why is it not working? Okay. You see, we realized over 60 pips now. That's a very good trade. Over 60 pips. That is definitely a very good trade. All right. So okay, yeah. Please, I can see that we are still dropping our World Trade ID. So for people that are just joining the call, we have requested that you drop your World Trade ID. Go to your World Trade app, go to account, and then you look up, you see your World Trade ID. We have requested that you drop your World Trade ID in the chat box, so that we can um, we can ensure that you're still with us. Is that okay? This value that we're giving to you, what we just want from you in return is to make sure that you are trading with Well Trade. Is that okay? This is powered by Well Trade and AGX Tech. Is that okay? So we want to ensure that we are still together, and then the value we are giving out, you are also enjoying it by trading on your account, taking our signals, and of course making money and profit. Every money on your account, every funding, every profit you make, it still goes to you. You have not asked anybody to give anybody money here. All right. Of course, if you are doing the premium services, then definitely the fees attached to premium services. But for this particular one, these services, we are rendering it and giving this value, at no cost. So just trade with Well Trade. That is what we are requesting of you. So for now, just drop your Well Trade ID on the chat box. Okay, just drop your Well Trade ID on the chat box. Thank you very much. That's for the people that are just joining us. All right. So that's GPAUD. So let's wait to see how this guy develops, so that we can um we can have a good direction to trade to in the future. Okay, so I've done AUD card, right? Yeah, I did AUD card. That was the first that was the first analysis. So what are we looking at for Euro CHF? There's something I saw, I think, on Euro CHF. Is it this broker? Yeah, it's this broker. Okay, so for Euro CHF, I like what's happening down here. I like what's happening down here. I like this 4 hours I like this. I really love this 4 hours order block. Of course, I'm refining what we have on the daily. Daily is coming from here. I'm refining what we're having on the daily like this, refining it to the 4 hours. All right. So yeah, you can see that we have a what? We have a sweep. We have a sweep here. We have a break of structure to the upside. Price has gone all the way and come back to give us what? And has come back to induce just above our other block. So this is what I'm looking out for euro Swiss franc, right? Swiss franc is CHF, euro CHF. So this is the view. Let price come back into this our demand, and then we can buy from there. So that's the view for euro euro CHF. Nothing much. When you come into the market, you go to the higher time frame, look at possible reaction areas, look at supply and demand zones, and then just trade alongside it. Right? It's not difficult. So now you know that what we're doing today is also what we're looking at to power us throughout the week. Is that okay? So if this trades will not trigger today, these demand zones must not be activated today, right? So at least within the week we have a direction. We know what we're looking at. We are forecasting for today and also for the entire week. Is that okay? So that's that for Euro CHF. So this is a very nice demand zone that has been that's the price swept here. So there's liquidity. Of course, you can see there was liquidity, definitely liquidity lying below here. That price has come to do what that price has come to grab with this surge to the downside, and then of course for price to be able to sweep liquidity like this and then go back again, it shows that something happened here. That price has to come back to rebalance before continuing in that desired direction. So that's that for Euro CHF. I hope you're following and we're taking notes. Okay. So there is a view I'm having for, is it NZD card? Yep. So let me show you something from, was it the weekly time frame or the monthly? So on the monthly time frame, I just spotted this on the monthly time frame. I don't even know what took me there. So I saw that the low of NZD card was swept on the monthly. Please pay attention on the monthly time frame. So where are we going for? We are most likely coming for here, right? I'm most likely coming for the high. And then you can see how NZD card has respected that in the past. Let me show you. Low sweep came for the high here. You can see that's right. Another low. We sweep the previous month's low. We came for the high. Look at this one too. We sweep the previous month's low here. We go for the high. So even here too, we sweep the previous month's low. We go for the high. So if this thing has happened, I just showed you 5 times where this thing has, okay, it failed here. It failed here previous month's low here, but it did not come here, but it came to work here. So if I've shown you 5 examples, and out of five, four has played out correctly. So we wouldn't be wrong to look to do what to continue in that direction if that kind of thing should present itself again. That is what technical analysis is all about. We're looking at what's happened in the past to forecast what? To forecast the future. All right. So now this monthly low has been swept. Now what did the weekly do? Is the weekly aligning with what happened in the monthly? I can see what? I can spot a fully bullish engulfing candle on the weekly time frame. So it took a week for this whole formation to happen. You can see how we swept the low here, and then we also swept the high. And then price closed this week in a bullish way. Is that okay? And now so normally I would like to say I'm entering on the daily time frame, but since it's the daily time frame, I'm going to wait for what? For price to do what? For price to trade back into this place, and then let the 4 hours give me what? An accumulation where I'm going to trade all the way to this DOL here. Right? This is the monthly, is also the previous month high, PMH. This is a previous month high. This is also going to be our DOL. So this is at least now we know that we have a target. We have where we want to trade from. Then we have where we want to target. So that is how I built this bias for NZD card. It's a very powerful bias, and we look forward to it playing out. And what you also see here, see now, this is key level 1, 2, 3. Price broke, came back again, 4, 5. So this was a support zone that price disrespected and started using it as a what? As a resistance zone. So that resistance zone now has taken off again, and price has violated the resistance zone again. So what do you think price wants to do? Price will most likely come back to use it as a support again before it goes to the upside. Is that okay? So we're having this as a support turn resistance, and it can also turn to support again. All right. So and then of course we have this other block lining up with there. And then when price comes to when price comes back here to go up, what have you seen? This is an inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head. And when price comes to give us this leg, this will be what? Our right shoulder, which of course should sponsor moves to the upside. Is that okay? So so many things have aligned with this setup, this NZD card setup. So many things have aligned with this NZD card setup. So I'm going to be very bullish on NZD card. The only thing that will make me to change my bias is if price should come here first. If price should come here first, then I'm going to cancel. I'm going to cancel this bias of buying. I will cancel my my view to buy. I'll start looking for whatever price decides to do if it gets to the DOL first. But if price doesn't get to the DOL first, then most likely we should be buying from here to this point, right? It may not happen today, it may not even happen tomorrow, since this is a daily time frame. But please keep an eye on NZD card because we are expecting something to happen here, and most likely it will happen due to what price has done in the past over and over and over again. So we have the 10 o'clock session. So let me just see NZD, Euro NZD. Okay. Euro NZD is coming back down for our first. Give me a moment. Please, if you are joining, I'm still expecting us to send our World Trade ID. Our World Trade ID. As I'm seeing some comments. Thank you for that. Please send your World Trade ID. Your World Trade ID is different from your account number. Please, your World Trade ID is different from your account number. World Trade ID is the one that when you open your World Trade app, you click on the account, bottom right, you click on account. When you click on account, you just look up. You see World Trade ID. That's what you're supposed to copy and paste. You don't send your MT5 login account number. No, no. We're talking about the World Trade ID here. Is that okay? So please just check out your World Trade ID and send it to the chat box. Or even if you want to send it to me privately, you can send it to me on WhatsApp privately. All right, so let's continue. Euro NZD. So we have, of course, we have a couple of reaction points where we expect to buy NZD. So the Euro NZD. So the first place is here, and for obvious reasons, there's a key level here that was taken out with fair value gap. Price has come back to do what? Price has come back to induce. So here, this is 4 hours time frame. I can put my trade like this. This is about 40 pips SL, and I can look to target a little 3R. In fact, let me call out this trade. Call out this trade. As traders, we wake up every morning to take risk. So if you're not ready to take risk, then I don't know. This may not just be the field for you. So let me type that out. Euro NZD buy limit. This is my first point of interest for Euro NZD. So my entry price is what is it? This is 1.97666. Our SL is about please don't write on my screen, Taufik. Please don't write on my screen. Please just use your eraser to clean it. The SL is 1.97285, and then our take profit, are looking for a 3R rather. Of course, if you can realize 2R, that's fine. Our take profit is 1.98850. So that's what I'm looking at for Euro NZD. So this is the first place I'm going to look to buy NZD, Euro NZD from. If this place fails, then definitely I'll keep us updated with another region of entry. I'm even spotting something here that I like too. I'm spotting something here, something like a. Let me check it out. Did price touch it? Let me see. Oh, okay, price did not touch it. That's even another very interesting zone. Let me check the 4 hours. So this place is like a key level here, price broke, and then this is like inducement. Okay, so this is nice. So if this place fails, I'll look out for these other regions too. to buy. So for now, this is what I'm looking out for Euro NZD. Okay, and then lastly, AUD, Euro AUD. Okay, I think this bias is still valid for me for Euro AUD. Okay, this bias is still valid for me for Euro AUD. So if you can fall into this point and then we accumulate this one, I'll probably look for what's it called, a confirmation here, so that at least I can get a smaller stop loss. I think this stop loss here is about, let me confirm. Sorry, stop loss is about 100 and something pips. Except you want to trade and put your stop loss just below here, it might be half of that. But if you want a tighter stop loss, at least an improved, let me not say that is an improved reward to risk ratio, then you can look forward to a what's it called, a confirmation in that area before your entry. Is that okay? So that's basically what I'm looking at today. That's basically what I'm looking at today. So I don't know if you're looking at anything because we need to end the session at 9:55. I don't know if we have any lookouts in the market for this week. We should make money this week. We should make money this week. Let's see how this week goes. Let's see how this week goes. The signals will still be dropping in the funded groups. In the funded groups, will still be dropping signals, and we look to pack money this September. Let's see how September goes for us. We hope for the best. So I don't know. Are we looking at anything for any currency for now? Look at any currency pair. Let me see. Do we have anything for synthetic indices? Synthetic indices, I'll have to do another in-depth analysis. I have something for FX40 that price ran away from me. See, it's even coming back down to that zone. I believe my Chrome is up. So I have this view for FX40. But please, if you don't have a good amount of capital, please don't trade FX40. Please, I don't want you to lose your account even from just a little bit of a retracement or a pullback. So this is what I had for FX40, but you know, price ran away from it at this point, and it's coming back down. So let's see if it can still trigger. So if you trade synthetic indices and you have good margin, please, very important. You can look to engage this guy on FX40. It's a very nice trade. We are coming from a demand zone in the past, and then when price touched, you can see the way price gave us what this accumulation. Look at the line chart, see the way price swept structure and started going back to the upside to break all of these structures to the upside. Is that okay? So this is a very nice looking behavior for FX40. So if there's anything, definitely we're going to drop one or two signals in the general groups for this week. I want to drop one or two signals in the general group for us, while the rest will be sent mostly for the funded people. Is that okay? So that's that. Let me quickly look at this. I'm seeing something I like. I'm seeing a daily low sweep, previous day low sweep. Nah, there is no expansion. There is no expansion or fully bullish engulfing candle, so I cannot trade. The only expansion that may come is when price comes to sweep this high, and that's very close to the target. So it may not give me a good risk to reward ratio. So I'm gonna stay away from that. Uh, FX60 is just running to the upside. Where are you going to? Where are you going? Where are you going to? So maybe we are coming for this area here. Let me draw that. Coming for this area here. So we're going to see what price does when it finds its way to this zone. Okay. So that's some of the things I'm looking out for synthetic indices. Of course, if there's any other thing, it will be updated on the group. So thank you very much, everyone. Let me give a shout out. This is a new week shout out to everybody. Mr. Val, shouting out to you, Chooks, Obuta, Emmanuel Ogale, Emmanuel Olowo, Israel Chuku, Jaja, Jeremiah Abu, Kehinde Dada, Mushud Olaniran. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name well. Mr. Femi. Mr. Femi, share set up for us this week. Oh. Don't eat money alone. Oluti, Pius, Agbe, Sunday, Peme, and Taufik. All right. Have a lovely day. Have a lovely trading week. And we'll see you when we see. All right.